pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, y'all. Mr. Burns, you want to swear in?
Yes.
Here?
You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. And are there any other witnesses you think are going to be coming, like any of the respondents?
I'm not expecting, but she's not here yet.
Okay.
All right. And I consulted with Mr. Rhodes ahead of time. I believe that the agenda is going to be adjusted as follows. We're removing 7.2. 7.5 will be rescheduled, and then 7.6 and 7.8 came into compliance. That's right?
Correct, sir.
All right.
Perfect.
So we'll proceed with 7.1, 7.3, 7.4, and 7.7. And with that, I'll approve those changes to the agenda. And I did look through the minutes from the previous meetings, and I will approve both of those minutes on 6.1 and 6.2. And we'll proceed to the public hearings. The first case, number 10-1072. I believe this is a foreclosure request. Mr. Ed.
And he's going to just kind of read in the background from what happened previously. And then ultimately our request is just going to be to give us more time to go back and re-record the previous order in the public records and then come back to you in a few months and ask for a foreclosure request.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it all on the record if we need to. Go ahead.
My name is Ed Moore, Code Inspector, City of Fort Walton Beach. This is case number 10-1072. This case is pertaining to 13 Gibson Place Northeast. The owner of the property is Miss Anita's Educational and Enrichment Program, Inc. This case was brought before the Code Enforcement Board on August 11, 2010. The Code Enforcement Board found the property in violation of Code Section 30207 and Florida Building Code Section 105.1, permits required. The Code Enforcement Board issued an order giving the respondent until August 21st, 2010 to bring the property into compliance. And as of the date of this case report, October 13th, 2010, the property remains in violation. On August 24th, 2010, a statement of noncompliance was filed, and on August 25th, 2010, service was obtained for the second notice of hearing. At this time, staff would like to enter the following exhibits into the record. Exhibit H is August 11th, 2010 order of the Code Enforcement Board. Exhibit I is a statement of noncompliance dated August 24th, 2010, and Exhibit J is a notice of second hearing and proof of service. Staff is requesting issuance of Order 2, including a $325 administrative fee. Staff also recommends a fine in the amount of $250 per day be imposed on the property with a starting date of August 21st, 2010.
And that's what happened. You're reading the case report from back in 2011 or 2010? Is that?
2010.
Okay. And so that was, and a judgment was finally, or an order was entered by the board, correct, after that?
Yes, sir.
And what date was that order entered?
The board issued it on October 13th, 2010, and then it was recorded, a certified copy was recorded shortly thereafter by the city clerk.
And just because I think the purpose of the day is just so the magistrate will kind of be ready in a couple months to certify this to go to the council for a foreclosure request. You did indicate, Ed, that you have the notices there ready to enter those into the record. Is that correct?
The notices to the property owner, correct.
And those are the ones from back in 2010, correct?
Yes, sir.
And would it be, I guess, just make sure those are digitized if you can, because previously the request that we had last year, I know the individuals came in and made a big deal about never receiving the notice. But so, Your Honor, our request is just to continue this for a few months, if that's possible.
Sure. You want to continue it 3 months? Or?
Yeah, we'll continue it 3 months out, and then again, provide notice to the individual to show up, but we'll, in the interim period of time, re-record the order that was entered previously in the public records of Okaloosa County, and then come back in for.
And does the property owner gets notice of the foreclosure request hearing?
They will, and we'll make sure to give them notice to that hearing too. So.
Yes, sir, we always send it out, regular mail and certified.
Okay, great. And you'll re-notice them that they'll have another hearing in 3 months, right?
Correct. Actually, that'll probably be our first process, sir. The council has not passed an ordinance yet, but they did direct back in June for us to start using process servers for the foreclosure request hearings. So
makes sense. More notice is never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, sounds good. Well, we'll continue that case for 3 months, and we will hear the foreclosure request at that time. So,
Thank you.
thanks, Ed. With that, I think we're moving on to 7.3. This is case CE 24-611 LIT.
This case is for 33 Lori Drive, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. According to the tax records, the owner of the property is Lance E. Brown. The property was originally found in violation 70 days ago on August 7, 2024. The case was brought before the board, the magistrate on September 18, 2024 for litter. The magistrate issued an order giving the respondents until September 25th, 2024 to bring the property into compliance. An inspection of the property on September 25th found violations had not been corrected as ordered. Therefore, on October the 1st, a statement of non-compliance was filed. On October 1st, 2024, service was obtained for the notice of hearing. At this time, staff would like to enter the exhibits into the record. Exhibit F is a case report. Exhibit G, list of exhibits. Exhibit H, the September 18, 2024 order of the magistrate. Exhibit I, statement of non-compliance. Exhibit J, notice of hearing and proof of service. And Exhibit K, photographs. Staff is requesting acceptance of findings of fact, conclusions of law, issuance of an order 2, including a $325 administrative fee. Staff recommends a fine amount of $100 per day, starting on September 25th, 2024, the date previously set by the magistrate.
Okay. And you want to let me take a look at those exhibits, and do you have some pictures you want to show me on the screen as well? All right. Sounds good. You can go ahead and show me those pictures.
Was this 33 or 72?
That was 611.
33 Lori Drive.
So this was taken on the 9th. They have trash out the curbside and the carport is in the backyard is still full of trash.
So what's occurred since then, there's been at least one pickup from the city. What's happening is they'll dump it out like that, and either the animals or people will go through it, and it gets thrown out into the street. The neighbors start complaining, so I have sanitation go over there and pick it up. This would normally be charged to an active water account is how sanitation is picked up or billed. I have another case that's accruing daily fines. This address does not have water service, so therefore they don't have trash service. So the city would normally charge $45 per pickup for this, but they have no mechanism to charge it because there's no water service there. Okay. So periodically when it gets bad enough, people start complaining or it gets out into the street, I have to call sanitation to go pick it up, so the rest of the neighborhood isn't suffering because of it.
So they're essentially looking for free trash service. Okay.
Correct, and they're still living in the house.
Okay. All right. And you went by there. Was that a picture from today, the first one? Or
No, those are from the 9th.
But you were there today? It's still.
I was there yesterday, late afternoon, and it looked like they had another truck there bringing more stuff out into the yard.
Okay. All right. Well, we will. And they're not here today.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and accept the exhibits, they'll be in the record, and we'll go ahead and enter this action of statement, on statement of non-compliance in second order, for $100 per day, beginning on September 25th. Is that the request?
Yes.
Beginning on September 25th. And the fine will be accruing. And we'll go ahead and enter the administrative fee of $325. Anything else on that case?
No.
All right. That, we'll move on to 7.4, which is case CE 24667 Uno. Go ahead, touch it.
Rich Taylor, City of Fort Walton Beach Code Enforcement. This is for the address 72 Lorry Drive, Fort Walton Beach. According to the tax records, the owner of the property is Frank P. Crowder, Jr. 50 days ago, on August 27th, the property was found in violation of 5.04, 01, and 02 for unlicensed, non-operative items. On September 5th, service was obtained for the notice of violation. On September 12th, a reinspection of the property found the violation had not been corrected. On September 27th, service was obtained for the notice of hearing. On October 9th and the 16th of 2024, photographs were taken. As of this morning, the property was still in violation. At this time, staff would like to enter the exhibits into the record. Exhibit A, case history report. Exhibit B, list of exhibits. Exhibit C, notice of hearing and proof of service. Exhibit D, notice of violation and proof of service. Exhibit E, copy of inspector's qualifications. Exhibit F, copy of tax record showing property ownership. And Exhibit G, photographs of the violation. Staff is requesting acceptance of findings of fact, conclusions of law, and issuance of an Order 1, including a $325 administrative fee. Staff also recommends 7 days for compliance of the violations. This would make the deadline October 23rd, 2024.
No respondent on this case either? Go ahead and get some pictures if you want to show me.
Sorry, one
Oh, you're
day.
fine.
It's try- There it goes. I'm just going to see it try.
So this is the driveway of 72 Lorry. The van that is shown in the picture, that license plate is a temporary tag and it expired in April 2024. And then in the background, can you go back?
Yeah.
In the background to the left, you can see that SUV. I have a better picture. It doesn't have any license plates on it at all. Currently, the van is not at the property. It's at a relative's house at 384 Gardner. So it's currently not on the property now, but it goes back and forth between the two properties. And then the last picture, the one on the right, is the one I took this morning. It looks much better on an iPad. It has been moved out closer to the street, but it's still on the property. No license plates on it.
All right, have you been in contact with the respondent in this case?
So I have another case here that's accruing daily fines with Mr. Crowder, and he doesn't choose to communicate with me anymore.
Okay. All right, and he's not here. It looks like there's a violation. So we'll go ahead and enter the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and the Order 1 as requested. The compliance date of October 23rd, is that what your request was?
Yes.
October 23rd, 2024. And the imposition of a $325 administrative fee. And go ahead and enter the exhibits into the record as well.
Thank you.
Thanks. And I think with that, we're down to our last case, which is 7.7, KCE 24575 WS. Go ahead, Mr. Rhodes.
Robert Rhodes, Code Inspector, City of Fort Walton Beach. This is case CE-24-575-WS. This case pertains to the subject address of 207 Combs Manor Court, Northwest. According to the tax record, the owner of said property is Deborah A. Riley Broadnax et al. 76 days ago, on August 1st, 2024, the property was found in violation of water service required, section 10.51.04, for prohibited occupancy without legal connection to the city water service. On August 20th, 2024, service was obtained for the notice of violation. On August 27th, 2024, reinspection found the violation had not been corrected. On October 3rd, 2024, service was obtained for the notice of hearing. On August 20th, 2024, photographs of the violation were taken. And on October 16th, 2024, the property remains in violation. At this time, staff would like to enter the exhibits into the record. Exhibit A is a case history report. Exhibit B is a list of exhibits. Exhibit C is a notice of hearing and proof of service. Exhibit D is a notice of violation and proof of service. Exhibit E is a copy of the inspector's qualifications. Exhibit F is a copy of the tax record showing the property's ownership. Exhibit G are the photographs of the violations. And staff is requesting acceptance of the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and issuance of Order 1, including the $325 administrative fee. Staff also recommends 30 days time for compliance of the violations. This would make the compliance deadline on November 15th, 2024. Sorry. There is a respondent here. I'll check with her, see if she's got any objections to the exhibits before we put them to
Okay. Can I put her under oath real quick? Bert, too. Ma'am, do you mind standing? Everyone else has been put under oath. This is just to protect your interest on the line. Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you've been put under oath.
Right, you can go review these, see if you have any objections. They're just the documents that were served to you and the photos of your houses.
Because I don't have any involved. Can I say something though?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and the only thing to show you in the pictures is just a picture of the house with car front of it.
Sure.
She's occupied, she's here, so I don't know if you would want to see that or not.
I mean, this is a water condition service case, so Ms. Riley Broadnax, do you like to speak? Yes.
Yeah, I'm here because he is correct. And we,
Can you state your name? I don't think you're Miss.
Oh,
you're not
no,
Deborah.
no,
Okay,
Frank
just
Riley.
state your name and address.
Thank you, Riley.
Sir.
Frank Riley. Yes, and I was going to say, so we have a really bad leak there, and it ran the bill up into the
I
thousand.
could just, what's your relationship to the, you own the property?
Yes.
With Ms.
Yes,
Broadnax?
it's a multiple, it's just a family.
Family.
So,
Okay,
I'm,
so there's
yeah, I'm on the
multiple-
deed as well. I don't know how to, at all, I guess means it's.
That's you. You're one of the et al.
Right, okay.
Gotcha, okay. Want to make that sure I understood that. Okay.
So yes, I was gonna say, we have, and this is like the second time, I thought I had gotten it corrected. Like last time I ended up paying a couple $1,000s to get it back on because it's a leak. So I thought it was corrected, and apparently it's not. So she sent someone over, well, the lady, the supervisor, I guess, is out of town this week, but she did send someone over again yesterday. So if he said I have 30 days, it should be fixed by then, but I've already paid out a lot with the plumbing and trying to get this up to, so we'll be back on. She's just like, well, we can't really adjust it until we see that the leak is completely gone.
Sure.
So, so I guess when she gets back in town, she'll let me know, but I was going to ask court if it's possible if they could waive that fee, simply because it's already gonna cost me thousands of where I'm sitting at, so I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something that was done out of malice or on purpose or any of that.
So let me kind of summarize your testimony. You're making efforts to comply,
Yes.
to connect. You have connected in the past, and it was disconnected.
Yeah, it was disconnected because the leak, I thought it was fixed. It was a leak then, and we, like I said, I paid like
Yeah.
a couple $1,000 then, and I thought it was fixed. So apparently the plumber I had was not that great. So
Gotcha.
had someone else
Okay.
that I'm gonna have come in, and that's gonna cost a lot too. So I'm just like,
Okay. And Mr. Rhodes, is that consistent with your understanding of the history of this
It
property?
is, yes, sir.
Okay. Based on your experience in the city, is 30 days going to be enough for connection to be restored? Fine.
Supposing her leak is fixed, yeah, I recommended the 30 days because I thought she may need a plumber to come back and fix it. If it turns out it's still leaking, I don't know how long it's gonna take to fix the leak, but
Okay.
if they gotta go under the slab or something and fix a line, that could be an issue.
So
Well-
45 days then? I don't know. I'm just-
Let's do 45 days, and if one of y'all could calculate what 45 days would be. And then, you know, if you're making efforts to comply and your plumber, you know, gets sick or whatever and can't show up, you know, we'll give you some extra time.
Thank you.
But as long as you're making some efforts. On the administrative fee,
Your Honor, before you actually
Yeah.
make your full decision, there's probably some more facts that'll probably help in her favor that wasn't listed yet. Ms. Riley, Mr. Rose told me beforehand that you're also going to have to pay some arrearages, right? You owe some money to catch up. Was it around $800? Is that correct?
Yes.
That's going to be on top of all the fees you're going to have to pay, correct? So you're looking at having to pay $800 plus paying a plumber, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and
okay. So you've got other fees that are going to be incurred. You've made some efforts. I don't usually do this, but in this case, given the level of compliance and what I think we're heading towards, I'm going to waive the
Thank you.
administrative fee. And that, so if that order could reflect that, appreciate that. And I will enter the exhibits into the record and otherwise enter the order as requested by Mr. Rhodes. 45 days and administrative fee.
Thank you.
Oh, 45 days is November 30th, so.
That's good. So you have till the end of November. If you're making efforts, plumber, you're having trouble, just make sure you're making legitimate efforts. If so, if you come back, we'll try and work through it again. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, Frankie.
And
Thank you.
anything else from staff or
Yes, sir.
members?
That covers us.
All right. And nothing from the clerk? All right, then I think we are.
Don't forget, it's employee day.
I was wondering why the letting operation